Welcome to the Cybersecurity Competition Federation show. I'm Dan Manson. I teach computer information systems at Cal Poly Pomona and serve as principal investigator for a National Science Foundation grant to help form an umbrella organization over cybersecurity competitions. The Cybersecurity Competition Federation can support the development of skill at a large scale by bringing cybersecurity competitions under an umbrella organization, which will help players of all ages and skill levels identify a point of entry into a continuum of cybersecurity competition experiences. With a focus on communication and promotion, the CCF maintains the autonomy of competition creators, supports their business models, and does not interfere with their sponsorship or funding sources. This week, Jason and I provide a preview of the Black Hat and DEF CON security conferences in Las Vegas, Nevada. Jason, we'll be covering Black Hat and DEF CON in a couple of weeks. These are two very interesting conferences. They both came about because of Jeff Moss' Dark Tangent, but they have very different focuses. DEF CON started in 1992 kind of as a party, and it's developed into the largest hacker conference in the year, 15,000 attendees last year. Black Hat started a few years later. It has more of a corporate training approach to it, but it had 8,000 last year. How would you describe the two conferences?
I think the best way to describe it is, I think you're a typical Black Hat person, and I probably am a typical DEF CON person. I've been going to DEF CON since around DEF CON 10, and that in and of itself, that culture has evolved quite a bit to today.
Yeah, it's been a very interesting experience for me. Last year I was at DEF CON and I dressed like this, and they played Spot the Fed with me. It was kind of a fun experience, and I had to convince them, no, I actually teach at a university. Black Hat is a very different experience. It's a very upscale, it's very expensive. It costs much more to go to Black Hat. The trainings are separate from the briefings, and they cost a lot of money. They have some very upscale exhibits. Vendors are there. The vendors want to show off their products. There's a lot of business that gets done there. I think that they both serve a purpose, and what I want to see is the cybersecurity competitions be valued by both communities. I think both the Black Hat corporate community and the DEF CON general cybersecurity community both benefit from being involved in competitions in different ways. Certainly a lot of the players are from the DEF CON community, but a lot of the sponsors and a lot of the supporters and a lot of the companies that need this talent are in the Black Hat community.
Yeah, you know, and one of the things I would point out, having gone to DEF CON, and I've gone to Black Hat several times, it's not really my bag. DEF CON's much more enjoyable for me. When I first started going, it was very intimidating, and it was a very closed, small community, and it took time, year after year of going, to develop relationships with people and get access to things and really feel comfortable. I think one of the big benefits of the growth of DEF CON is I urge anybody that's never gone to go and just start talking to people. I have never met somebody that was unwilling to talk unless they were in the middle of a competition or something like that.
Right, I think it's a very friendly crowd. The thing you have to realize is that it is definitely a hacker community, and they want to have fun. So the advice of turning off your Wi-Fi, turning off your Bluetooth on your phone, there's a wall of sheep at DEF CON, and if you do have your phone wide open, chances are your phone's information is going to end up on that wall of sheep. But know that going in. I do think it's a very cool crowd to be with, a very important community. And actually, there's a third conference there we didn't even touch on, and that's B-Sides.
That's right. That's right. You know, and the thing I love about it, and this has really evolved as a main theme, is competition. There's all kinds of competitions at DEF CON. Not only cyber competitions, and of course the DEF CON CTF, we've talked about that in different segments, but there's lockpicking competitions, there's different informal cybersecurity competitions, there's all kinds of competitions going on.
Yeah, definitely the DEF CON crowd likes to show off their skills. And at $220 cash only, it's the best all-you-can-eat value in terms of getting cybersecurity information that you'll ever see. You know, DEF CON is the kind of the circus buffet. Black Hat is the upscale Las Vegas, where you really pay through the nose, and you know you feel like you're getting more. But I think for the money, you can't beat DEF CON.
Yeah, and really, I think what's important for us this year in going there, Dan, one of the things I'm interested in is starting to bridge that gap between the cybersecurity competitions that we know and that we cover, CCDC, NCL, Cyber Patriot, and this whole subculture that appears once a year in the desert in Nevada and gets together and does all kinds of competitions. Because one of the big pet peeves I have right now is all these competitions are silos and there's no continuity between them. So as a player, not only can I not plan out a season, I just play, but as a mentor or a coach, I can't advise somebody on what to do to reach a certain goal.
What I hope we get from interviewing the attendees at both conferences, especially DEF CON, is that how did they get this good? And what role can cybersecurity competitions play in developing talent that is going to be that good or better in the future? And I think we're going to get some very good insights from the attendees, especially at DEF CON, on how they develop their skills and how under the umbrella of a federation, under the umbrella of an organized sport, we can develop cybersecurity talent on a large scale that is that good.
Yeah. Another thing I'm interested in finding out from the community is, where do people think cybersecurity competitions should go? Right now, I think we're in the stage of defining where we're at. We have a good idea of what types of competitions exist, how to play them, the general rules. We have no idea how to score them. That needs to be figured out. We've talked about that a lot. But where are they going? Is the future an MMO, like vectors building?
Right.
Do we need something different? Do we not even know what it's going to be?
Yeah, are we becoming something that's going to be like an e-sport? What is going to be the future of competitions? And I think we're going to get some great responses from the attendees there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say that while we're there, if you guys see us, come up and talk to us, ask us questions. We're going to ask you questions. Feel free to tweet us.
Yeah, maybe this year they'll play Spot the CyberFed with me instead of Spot the Fed. Thank you, Jason.
Thanks, Dad.
Next week, CyberFed takes you to CASIA, the National Center for System Security and Information Assurance at Moraine Valley Community College in Palos Hills, Illinois, to cover a cybersecurity camp for elementary school students and a competition. If you have a competition you would like us to cover in a future show, please contact us at cyberfed.org. I'm Dan Manson. See you next week.